You probably find that as a trader, everything is frustrating you. People on YouTube videos tell you to do certain things, it doesn't work, it's not as easy as you thought it might be, and you're not making the money you were told you would. Or worse, you're actually losing money. Now, to stop you from wasting 20 years making the same mistakes I did that make you feel that way, I'm just going to tell you, literally lay it out on a plate for you, 4 of the most powerful things to fix all of these issues. One of them in particular was a real game changer for my trading. Now, before we get into that one game changer, I'm going to do something I see barely anyone doing. I'm going to openly show you my stats for the year. That is every single trade taken since the 1st of January. Every stat imaginable, so it includes everything. Commissions, risk, how long I held trades for on average, and much more. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to show you the number of days in a week I'm typically trading. Just note how I've missed so many days where the market just wasn't right. Either I was unable to make it to my desk at the same time I like to trade every day, or the market just wasn't showing me any setups according to how I trade. For example, look at this particular week where I missed 2 entire days. Same with this other week. So many weeks where I've skipped days and only ended up trading 2 or 3 days in the week. I see so many traders trade for the sake of trading. It really is a career killer. Trading is difficult because much of what you need to do is the opposite of what you may have done in any other job. For example, normally in a normal job, the harder you work, the more you're rewarded, right? So in trading, you should trade as much as possible, right? Wrong. As you can see, in trading, it doesn't work like that. You have to be extremely selective about how and when you employ your capital. So think about keeping that urge to trade every day in check. If the market doesn't look right when you sit down, or you're unable to make it to your desk at the right time, resist the urge to trade for the sake of it and live to fight another day. Now, we're going to get into that one game changer I spoke about earlier in just a moment, but first, even though what I'm about to say may seem obvious, it's important to be reminded of these things every so often, as it's easy for us to get distracted by all the outright misleading information out there that portrays trading as some sort of vehicle that will allow you to make a lot of money in a short space of time. Now, 20 years of trading have taught me that yes, it is possible to make a lot of money from this business of trading, as I've already showed with my stats openly. However, it isn't going to be happening quickly. So start small. It's good to have goals and dreams, but keep your dreams realistic. The name of the game is to survive. Live to fight another day. It's no good having massive winning days than wiping everything out in one massive losing day. You then have no ammunition left to execute that perfect killer setup that shows itself 1 or 2 days later. You're out of bullets, finished. Now, if you're struggling with your trade size or experiencing wild swings in your winning and losing days, stay on the simulator for a longer period of time. It will pay off in the long run. People who say trading on sim is useless, as it's not like real life, are talking complete rubbish and have clearly never worked in a professional trading environment like a bank. In investment banks, prop firms where I worked, the very best institutional traders were on the simulator, sometimes for over a year. So ignore all the hype and remember, this is a career and not a game. So don't worry about what everyone else is doing or saying, because they probably aren't revealing the full truth of their own trading. Now, I spoke about a game changer earlier for my trading career, and that's what I'm going to talk about now. One of the biggest mistakes I see traders making is having a major lack of understanding that the market exhibits very different behaviors at different times of day. So if you're trading at different times of day every day, you're going to be all over the place. For example, one day you trade at 9 a.m., the next day you trade at 2 p.m., the next day you trade at midnight. Some of the most successful traders in the world that I worked with in banks and other institutions all traded at the same time every day. Some were better suited to fast market, so they traded and mastered markets around the market open and the period just after. Some preferred slower markets, so they traded times well after the open or well before the open. Every period in the day is different. You must have noticed how the markets are usually very fast around certain times and very slow around other times. As much as we hate to admit it, we have to accept that the brain finds it very difficult to adapt to these changes in pace. It's like trying to teach yourself 7 different languages on the same day. So stop making life virtually impossible for yourself. Stick to one time, one pace every day. Now, I understand many of you may have work or other commitments outside trading, so trade the same 1 to 2 hour period every day. You don't have to watch the market all day, but by trading the same short period every day, you'll get 10 times more out of that than constantly chopping and changing your timings. Now, finally, everything I've spoken about today is completely irrelevant unless you have trading edge. Without a trading edge, you're destined to fail. So if you're looking for a killer edge, check out this video here where I talk about the edge that I used every day working at one of the biggest investment banks in the world and that you can start applying immediately.